I'm Mike Glasscott with IU Men's Soccer here in spring 2014, and we're with Tanner Thompson this afternoon. Tanner, you came in the spring last season early. Talk about how that experience helped you with the 2013 season last year in the fall.
It really helped out coming in early and getting to know all the guys, getting to know the style of play. And for me personally, I know defensively I needed to work on some things, so coming in early really helped getting to know the team defending shape and really helped me out in getting to going in the fall.
Does the chemistry issues help out as well, getting to know your teammates, getting to find out where you do your laundry, getting to find out about campus? Talk about how all that helps make a better soccer player when fall season comes around.
Yeah, I mean, when you come in the fall, there's only 2 weeks and the season's getting going real quick. You have preseason, so there's a lot of stuff going on, getting all your classes, getting to know the campus, and getting all your dorms situated. So it's nice to have all that done. And when I came in after summer, I was really just focusing on soccer and didn't have much else to worry about.
Now, you've played some pretty cool opponents last spring and this spring coming up. Talk about your experience with the Indy 11 and then the Mexican youth national team that we'll see a little bit later this spring as well.
Yeah, it's an awesome experience playing those teams. It just puts into perspective a lot of these guys on this team want to end up at those levels, so playing against them, it gives you a good perspective of where they're at and where you need to get.
I'm Mike Glasscott with Indiana men's soccer coach Todd Yeagley. Coach, we're here in the spring season, and every year it's a time to get your team ready to go. Conditioning-wise, you play some games. Talk about why you think spring is such a valuable part of the Indiana season here in 2014.
Well, it's our development time. You know, we can utilize some players in some places that we wouldn't necessarily experiment in the fall, and it's time for growth. We lose all of our graduating seniors, or those that left for pro opportunities. So it's the new team, but yet we don't have all our pieces yet. So that's the challenge. So a lot of it's depth building. A lot of it's areas of the field that we want to spend more time on that we don't have the opportunity to fall because we're preparing for games and preparing kind of our top group. So I really enjoy this time. We play some really big games to kind of see where we are, and it's all ones where it's all working to find out where we're going to be better for the fall, and that's kind of the end goal for us, is get better individually with what we do in the weight room, with our speed and agility work, and also as we get better individually, collectively we're going to get better. And again, this is a great time to do that. So spring's a great springboard for us. I don't necessarily think you get momentum from the spring because there's enough time off, but we build and reinforce principles, and again, figure out what key pieces we got to fill next year.
Now, another interesting point, 20 years ago or so, people didn't leave school early to come to school in college to get a head start. How much of an advantage do you think that has been building your teams throughout the years?
There's been a new trend of some the new players coming in a semester early, which is great. For those that are ready to do that, it gets a chance to see them early. Losing players at mid-year because of the professional ranks or to graduation also allows us to see more of what next year really looks like, and that's that challenge with a big group that we have coming in. We do have two that are here with Michael and Jack to see where they fit versus the 2-week window in preseason where we're guesstimating where they might be. So huge help. Both are doing very well, and are able to. We're now one step farther in knowing, okay, where will they fit into our team next year? So a big benefit, one that will continue to bring in some players early. If it fits, a great way to springboard their academic career as well. So it's a win-win for everyone.
And speaking of win-win, your schedule in the spring has always been highly competitive. You like that to see where your team is at. In this spring, 2 more great opportunities, the Indy 11 last week and the Mexican national team coming up a little bit later in April. Talk about how those things come together, and do you think that has an effect on your spring preparation?
The players, they want to play games. They want to compete. So we have a gap of time here. We're doing a lot of training, a lot of development, small group, individual, but we have to see how they do in the big game. And maybe I'm not the most intelligent scheduler, because when you lose 7 starters, you may want to tone it down a little bit with the schedule. But the reality is the players love the competition. So to play Indy 11 was a great test for us. Neat experience up at the stadium up in Indy. And a lot of our players are there playing for Indy 11. And then the game against Mexico is quite a highlight, to play against some of the best young players in the world, to see where we are, because you learn a lot by playing against those players. We can work on things, and the environment is wonderful here at IU, but to see and feel playing against pros and playing against players that are some of the best in the world their age is part of that. And if you stumble and you take a loss, and that's part of it, and it's going to better prepare us. I tell them we won't play a better team nor talent with a couple of these games that we play this spring. So to chalk up just some wins and get a false sense, I don't feel is the method we use here at Indiana. It's the challenge, and if certainly we'll go out and we'll try to win these games, but we're trying to figure out where we are for next year.